Good morning, good vibes, everybody. I hope everybody's got them a good cup of coffee. Mm, it's a good cup of coffee. It's strong. I just watched my wife leave down off the hill there just a couple hours ago. So now I'm kind of running this show. Of course, I do anyway, but it seems to be easier. It seems to be more feasible when she's gone. So I try to take advantage of these moments, and I take it very seriously about being the boss of this show. Good vibes, everybody. I hope everybody's doing good, man. I promised myself back months ago when I started this thing and started figuring out what a release I get from coming in here and just getting some things out. And yesterday I talked about luck, and last month, actually just last week or a couple weeks back now, was St. Patrick's Day, and luck and the Irish and all this kind of stuff, and we were talking about it. And, I simply came to the conclusion that luck is nothing more than life playing itself out in real time. And I think that luck, as we may call it, is blessings, and whether it be good and bad luck, I think most of the time we can find the blessing within it, if given enough time. So, shout out to talking about luck. I hope that give everybody a little something to think about. And as most of you know, and if you don't, I was introduced to a young lady, and I've had some struggles over the past few years, not with drugs or alcohol, but just trying to work things out in my head. And you've reached an age. I'm 48, so just trying to work out like what the next 20 is going to be. And one thing I promised myself is the next 20 is going to be sober and going to be clear minded. Not knowing about what the future had in store for me. So thank God that He foreseen this coming and knew it was already here. I just didn't know it yet. So with that being said, I took a lot of time off from life, from keeping in touch with people that mean the most to me, and not doing a good job about clearing my space to allow for them to be a part of my space. And it wasn't their fault. It's a fault of my own, and I don't know that it's even a fault now that I've started to look at things, because I needed that space and I needed to work things out for myself. I'm not the kind of dude that can, you know, um, there's things that I'm good at being able to share, and then there's times in my life where if I let myself close in too much, then I get to where I don't want to share it all. Then I don't want to speak to nobody. It's weird. It's like I love being around people, but if I allow myself, I also love being left alone. And there's a thin line between you know being alone too much and not and having enough. So with that being said, good vibes this morning. I'm once again going to speak on that new addition into my life, regardless of what our DNA tests show on Thursday. Well, we go Thursday. It'll be a little bit after that before we get the test results back. But we both feel like have met dad and daughter. I feel I've met my daughter. She feels she's met her dad. Um, but for whatever reason, that opened up a new avenue in my life that I realized that the space that I've put between me and the people in my life that mean a lot to me has it's given me the time to realize that they're really the most important thing to me. And my silence sometimes towards them may have been perceived as that I didn't care. And I hate that now that I look back on the last 10, 15 years, because, in my mind, I was at a point in my life where I felt like they probably didn't want to associate with me anyway. And that wasn't true. That wasn't true. Um, and now I look back on it, and I probably should have been more willing to reach out and probably would have helped me through some things a whole heck of a lot quicker. But here I am today, and I feel so confident in my walk. I feel so confident in the footsteps that I am leaving. And now I've got this new young lady in my life, regardless of whether she was my daughter or someone else's daughter. I've got to do the right thing, try to help her get figured out in this little journey who her daddy is. I'm praying that it's me for her sake and for mine. Because I have a wonderful family that will just love her right on up. But getting to my point, I know that we all have times in our life you hear a song that'll make you cry, or you hear a song that makes you happy, or a song that makes you think you're tougher than you are. Or I've often spoke of footprints in the sand and you know, what that poem meant for me. How it applied to my life, and just the powerful words behind that. And my mother had asked my aunt to send me a video of her singing that I shared on our live stream, Guy and Shine, 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. I had shared it, and that had started a conversation between, I mean, probably one of the most integral people in my life, even to now, is my Aunt Chris. And I don't have an explanation for why that I have not reached out uh, and done a better job at just letting them know that I love them, and that I miss them daily, and that they have been such a role in my life, even with hundreds of miles in between. And that started up a conversation between her and I, which was brief, um, just in text message, which I know I could call her, she could call me, but we were just texting, and she had sent me that video, and she had found out, obviously through my mother, that this young lady had been introduced into my life, and she had seen a picture of her and all that, and she looks just like me, to be honest. So, it's kind of hard. I couldn't deny her, at least in my mind, I don't think. But she sent me I'm the kind of dude that, words mean a lot to me, and sometimes it doesn't take many words when put together properly to really touch your heart and to reach your spirit. So I took this opportunity this morning. I wanted to share this with you guys, which I'm gonna bring it up here and let y'all see it. We're gonna read it together. But it says, a prayer for my daughter. It says, "Dear Lord, you have blessed me with a daughter, and there isn't any doubt. She's so beautiful in every way, inside as well as out. I express my gratitude to you, dear Lord, above, for giving me a daughter with a heart so full of love. May she follow in your footsteps as she walks through life each day. Please bless her and watch over her. With humble heart I pray." And that's one of those times in my life where I read something, and though I haven't been a part of this young lady's life, she had enough heart and enough love for the idea of her dad, regardless of the circumstances. She wanted to know her family. And I have a daughter that we lost. My wife and I lost a baby girl. And I guess that would have been the exact prayer that I would have had for her. I didn't know about this poem until just the other day, but it said exactly what I would have wanted to say. And I can't think of any other words that I would want to say in a prayer for this newfound young lady that's in my life, whether she's my daughter or somebody else's daughter. So, I hope that give you a little something to think about this morning. Good vibes, always good vibes. I'm happy. I hope everybody's happy. I'm having my coffee. I got my new cup. We took the kids out, and we had dinner at Cracker Barrel, and my wife bought me this little cup. Happy Little Trees. I bought, Bob Ross, man. Shout out to Bob Ross. My best friend loves Bob Ross, by the way. So shout out to you, Zachary. Love you, my man. Appreciate you being my friend. I love you, Aunt Chris. This was kind of dedicated to you as well. Thank you for the poem, the prayer, and I can't think of anything else I would add to that. All I know is that it said exactly what needed to be said. So thank you. Good morning, good vibes to everyone. My name is Guy. This is Creating Change. If you don't mind, hit the like button, subscribe, share if you feel so led. If not, I just appreciate you guys being here with me. So until next time, y'all have a great day and take care.